an easy day, they'll go on that gallop. But every morning they'll trot in that first, just to do 2 laps trotting, just so the lads see how they're moving or how they feel. If something isn't right, depending on what gallop we're at, I could be at this end or at the bottom end. So if I'm here, Simon will be down there, or vice versa. So to be honest, one of us neither end of the gallop in case something isn't moving right, or someone gets a fall or something. You're there to help them. That's a 3 furlong Wexford sand gallop that they're warming up. We've got a 4 furlong Wexford sand gallop with a 3.5 furlong shoot off it, which is the inside gallop here, and that's deep Wexford sand. And then the outside gallop is 6.5 furlongs, which is sand and fibre. It's not as deep, and it's an easier day for the horses to go on that. This morning the horses are just going to canter from the bottom up, so they're going to canter, I suppose, for about 6 furlongs on the heavy sand up against it, and then they'll canter back home for 3. So just a pretty standard day, to be honest. So every horse is different, but you know, when they get fit and they start running, you're maybe stepping back in the work. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be doing. You'd be doing shorter bits, maybe not as long work. You know, so every horse is different, and you know, every individual horse is different. So depending on the horse, like Queen's Brook, who's out this lot, she actually has to swim every evening as well, because she puts on weight just looking at food, so it's very hard to get. But just every horse is different, you know what I mean? And there's other horses you wouldn't need to do as much. Every horse is different, you know. And all the staff would know the horses. No one particular rides one horse, not unless they're tricky. We'll try and put different riders on the whole thing just for everyone's opinion. But you know, you're kind of hoping they'll tell you how the horse is feeling, you know, because the horse can't tell you obviously how he's feeling, or if he's not moving as well as he normally is, you know, or if he works good or bad. You know, you see Stephen going in on the tractor there, like he's probably actually one of the most important men in the place, because if your gallop isn't right, you know, you have to keep your gallop right. So you're still going to have injuries, but just hoping the gallop is maintained at all times. So he's on the tractor all day, every day, topping up with sands, checking the depths. And the gallop is hard in between everything.
Brand new Racing Post app, Novice Chase, the first grade one of the week at 2:20 on St Stephen's Day. Fildor won at Navan yesterday. Hollow Games was a very impressive winner at Navan also. Mighty Potter, San Felicia and Three Stripe Life. Would it be fair to say your Novice Chasers are your most exciting category this season?
Probably looks like we've got a good bunch of Novice Chasers. You know, we've a few nice novice hurdlers coming on as well, but I'd say we might be a little bit stronger with the Novice Chasers at the moment. I'd say,
okay, Fildor yesterday then. What did you like most about the performance?
I thought he jumped very well. He fought perfect. He attacked his fences. He always looked like he was going to be a chaser the way he jumped his hurdles. I know he made a mistake in Naas last hit, second last, but I thought he was good. Yeah.
You pushed Fernie Hollow all the way in the race last year with Riviere de Tel. Is Fildor, another 4-year-old this year, likely to take up this engagement?
I'd imagine this is where he'll go, next, definitely. It looked perfect timing, it's a great race, so he'll definitely head to Leopardstown after his run yesterday. Yeah.
Would you be pretty confident that he will develop into a better chaser than he was a hurdler?
I think so, yeah. He looks like he's going to be. He's got stronger with the summer grass, so we're looking forward.
Hollow Games was a horse who probably didn't achieve as much as maybe I thought he might last season, but he looked a different horse when he saw a fence, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was in Navan this morning. I know he rode out there as well, but he was in Navan this morning as well, jumped very well. I might have been running him over the wrong distance last year. You know, I was kind of trying to make him into a stayer. I thought he was a 2.63 mile horse, but the way he ran over 2 mile 1 in Navan the last day, it just might be a strip, you know. He'll probably go to Navan on Sunday week and then on to Leopardstown for this race as well, all being well.
Excellent. Mighty Potter is potentially extremely exciting. Entered in the Drimmore at Fairyhouse on Sunday, but also has a couple of entries here.
Yeah, he'll go to Fairyhouse on Sunday, and then we'll hopefully on to Leopardstown after that. Not confirmed what race he's going to run yet, but he another horse that schooled very well this morning, so Jack had a smile on his face after riding him this morning, so when he's smiling, I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely. And Down Royal obviously was a short price favourite. You would have been disappointed if he didn't win at Down Royal, but there was still a lovely manner to the performance, wasn't there? Yeah,
he's gone probably more relaxed this year than he was last year. Look, it was job done, there was nothing too pretty about it. He had to do all the donkey work himself, and it wasn't ideal, but that's why I was just keen to get him to Navan this morning for a bit more experience. But we think he's nice.
So Jack was smiling, were you smiling as well when you saw it?
I was smiling, yeah.
Okay, very good, we'll note that. San Felicien, when will we see him?
You mightn't see him probably after Christmas. He's just not there yet at the moment, so we probably mightn't see him till after Christmas, I'd imagine.
He's very exciting though, isn't he?
Yeah, he was very good over hurdles last year, but we just haven't hit top gear with him yet this year, so we'll let him tell us when he's ready.
Absolutely, it's a long season. And Three Stripe Life got the job done at Naas. Looked like he was going to win anyway before, unfortunately, Grand Jury fell. But I'd say you were pretty happy.
Yeah, but he blew very hard after the race. He's a big, gross horse, and I'd say there could be a lot of improvement even from that race in Naas. He had a good blow after the race. I think he'll come on a lot from it, yeah.
Trip-wise, what do you think his best trip might be?
I'd say probably 2.5 miles is going to be as far as you go probably at the moment.
So, do you think you might have even more than one runner in this race on St Stephen's Day?
Looking at it here now, I could probably see Phil Dore and Hollow Games running. They're probably the two at the moment, I'd imagine.
Moving on to Tuesday the 27th of December, and we've got the Paddy Rewards Club Chase. You've got Andy Dufresne, Battle Over Diane. Riviere de Tel was disappointing yesterday.
Very disappointing. She's going to Jerry Kelly's for an MOT tomorrow. She never took hold of the bridle, not like her. She didn't jump. She's home this morning, she's sound, but we'll give her a good full MOT during the weekend. Whether we get to Christmas or not, I don't know, to be honest.
Andy Dufresne ran a cracker in the Grand Annual at Cheltenham, was second. What do you make of his run at Navan the other day?
I thought he ran alright. The winner got probably, if Rachel got a freebie in front, I thought the lads gave it to her very easy. She was very clever on Henry's horse, the winner. But I would have come on from that, and I'd imagine he'd go for this, yeah.
And Battle Over Diane has been a good old servant over the years.
Yeah, he's a good fun horse pioneer race having now. He's entering a couple of races. I'm not sure what he'd go for yet.
Okay. Paddy Power, future champions novice hurdle. I suppose it's a good sign when you have 9 potential future champions in this. We'll kick off with Absolute Notions, owned by one of your finest owners here beside me. What were you expecting first time out in this bumper? He went off 25-1, which suggests to me probably hadn't been blowing up the gallop here, but he was seriously impressive at Punchestown.
He hadn't a lot of work done before he ran, but he did work okay. That's why we ran him in the race. But he wasn't our number one string in the race, but he was very, very good. I loved the way he hit the line. He done the same again the last day. I'd say he's a good horse, yeah. Okay,
and the way he hit the line at Punchestown, it looked like Gordon's horse might kind of have his measure, potentially coming down to last. But the further he went, the better he looked like. He really kept finding it.
Yeah, I'd imagine probably looking at that, I'd say he'd be stepping up in trip, I'd imagine. He'd probably, whether he goes for this race or not, I'm not sure. But I'd say you could see him stepping up in trip, to be honest.
Okay, American Mike obviously was disappointing yesterday. Is it a case of just finding out where the problem was and moving on? Yeah, look back to the drawing board with him. He wasn't right after the race. So look, he's going to have a few easy weeks and see where we are. But look, it was disappointing, but that's the game we're in, yeah. Look, you're no Egypt, and you think this is a lovely horse.
Oh, he is a good horse. He's a very, very good horse. But look, he'd have pulled up with another furlong yesterday. But look, we know what the problem is. We just have to iron it out now and back to the drawing board.
Okay, so don't give up on American Mike.
No.
Amir Kabir has taken really well to hurdle.
He was very good in the stall. I'd say he'd probably go here. He gave himself a cut, so he did that day in the stall. We missed a little bit of work, so that's why he won't run until Leopardstown. But nice horse, and I'd imagine he loved the ground in Leopardstown.
Excellent stuff. Caldwell Diamond surprised a few people the last day?
Yeah, we ran them senses. The ground was too soft. I don't think he'd be good enough for this. I'd say we'd be looking for something smaller.
The man driving Duvan has a big reputation.
Yeah, look, he's a good horse. He's a talking horse. I'm not doing all the talk about him though, but he is a nice horse. I'd say he'd be better with more of a trip, David. He goes to Punchestown tomorrow, and I'd say you could probably see him stepping out and trip, I'd imagine.
Excellent. Imagine ran very well on Saturday.
Yeah, he could go here. Good horse. He might have won if he jumped the last. I think the winner looked very, very smart. But yeah, he's a smart horse, yeah.
And here's one I like, Irish Point, the winner of a maiden hurdle at Cork. I thought he looked quite nice.
Yeah, he looks good. We like him. He does everything very, very nice. Bit of class, bit of boot, bit of speed. He's a good horse. So hopefully he'll be lucky for Brian and Rob, you know.
You're smiling
there. Not in Gordon.
Sorry?
Tell him nothing.
Tell him nothing. No, I'll have to say good things about him because Brian is here today, so yeah, he's very good.
That's the biggest smile so far. That's Irish Point. If you could put a big circle around him, ladies and gentlemen. It's what unites us. Won a good maiden hurdle. Probably be the good horse of Willie Mullins, I'd say.
Yeah, he's not easy trained. He's He's very highly strung, so he is. I'd imagine he'll go here to Grade 1. You know, his owner would like to run it Leopardstown, so I'd imagine we'll go here, yeah.
Brilliant. And 3-car Bragg obviously entered here over 2 miles. He looks potentially like he might need a bit further, but he's a lovely horse.
He's a good horse, yeah. I'd say he could step up the trip, yeah.
To the Paddy Power Chase, a race that obviously you try to win every year, and you have a whole heap of entries. Battle Over Iron, Cocoa Beach, Det Uji, Deafy Bleu, Far Class, Frontal Assault, Jebray, Glenlow, Hurricane Georgie, Pencil Full of Lead, Punitive. Any more now to run that now? How many are you likely to run?
We'll run them all, yeah. we'll run them all. It's
the Paddy Power Gordon Elliott Chase.
It's a great pot. Listen, it's a £100,000 race, 110,000 actually. So yeah, look, it's a very tough race. We'll look.
Okay, give me 2 out of that. They're in highlight there. So give us 2 that potentially could that you have your eye on for them.
I think Frontal Assault tricked me yesterday. He's a heavy enough horse, and Jack said he'd a bit of a blow, so I don't think the trainer had him 100% right yesterday.
Really?
He'll have come on from the run yesterday, so don't forget about him.
Right, Frontal Assault, don't forget about him. You don't make mistakes, do you?
I'd say I maybe could have been a little bit harder.
Day 3, it's Wednesday the 28th of December, and it is the Jack the Bromhead Christmas Hurdle. You've got Commander of Fleet, Queensbrook, Sire de Burleigh and Zana here. Sire de Burleigh has been some servant, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's a gentleman of a horse around the yard. Everyone loves him. He's the kids could ride him. He's a star. Shows absolutely zero at home, and he always seems to come good in the spring. So I'd probably wait for later on in the season. He seems to get better the further on in the season he goes.
Zana here is a horse I liked. He disappointed at Navan.
He's had a wind operation since it, so you've seen him back. Hopefully we'll have him. This is where he go, I'd imagine. And Queensbrook, I might set her up to 3 miles as well. She could be one to follow, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay, and obviously she was second in the Mayor's Hurdle at Cheltenham last year. Commander Fleet won the Coral Cup. Could he go here?
He's one of them horses. He throws in a good run every year. He could have 5 bad runs and then he wins one. So he'll do it at some stage on the season, but I'm not sure when it's going to be.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on him then, Commander. 2:20 on Wednesday the 28th of December is the Savills Chase, and you're likely to have a very strong hand here. Conflated, Fury Road, Galvin and Hurricane Georgie. Let's talk about Conflated first of all. Obviously had to go right-handed at Down Royal. I'd say you are quite happy with Conflated.
Very happy with him. He had a good blow. He'd come out an awful lot from the run, so this will be his next target. Obviously he would have come on a lot from Down Royal, and we're looking forward to going here with him, yeah.
And obviously he was brilliant in the Irish Gold Cup last year,
yeah.
Where people thought it might have been a fluke, but he proved it wasn't a fluke afterwards.
Yeah, no, he's a good horse. Probably surprised me a little bit on the day as well. You know, I didn't know that he was that good, but he's a fair horse on his day, yeah. So we'll go here. We'll probably run Fury Road along with him and Galvin. Do
you think 3 miles, just to stick with Conflated for a second, do you think 3 miles Leopardstown, bit of nice ground, is Conflated's bread and butter?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. There you go. Galvin obviously disappointed, was odds-on favourite for the Champion Chase at Down Royal. Did anything come to light afterwards?
He scored 30 after the race, but he's back in good nick now, so he is. And I'd imagine he'll go for the Savills as well.
Winner of the race last year, of course.
Yeah. He's got a big heart. He's probably, you know, just not saying that he finished 4th in the Gold Cup. You know, he probably doesn't get the credit he deserves. He's a good horse, very tough.
Fury Road stuck his neck out. Something I didn't think I'd say about Fury Road to win it Down Royal. I'd say you were glad to see him battle.
Yeah, he hasn't done it in a while now, to be honest. He always seemed to be a little bit of a bridle horse, but I like the way he put his head down and he galloped to the line. He loved the ground in Leopardstown, I think it would suit him too, yeah.
Excellent stuff. Hurricane Georgie probably not good enough for this?
No, she was to run yesterday, but she threw a splint up, so she's just going to be on the easy for a few weeks, so probably just mightn't get there.
The Neville Hotels Novice Chase, and you have got Manila Crooner entered here. I obviously got talking to somebody because the highlight stopped here. 3-Stripe Life, Mighty Potter, all the horses we've spoken about already. Hollow Games is in here. Frontal Assault, who could go for the Paddy Power Chase, is in here as well. What do you like here?
Manila Crooner, I think 3 miles will suit him. This will more than likely be his target. 3-Stripe Life, I'm not sure where he would go. Mighty Potter, he's the option of both races. Hollow Games will probably go shorter. Jerry, if the ground come up very soft, which I couldn't see happening.
Jerry Colom, yeah, he's a lovely horse.
Very good horse. I'd imagine he if the ground was soft, 3 miles is made for him, but just whether that happens, I don't know, but he's good.
Well, I do a show called Up in the Ante, and my colleague Johnny Deneen said, on bottomless ground over 3 miles, this horse would be unbeatable, Jerry Colom, he said.
He's unbeatable so far, so hopefully we can or unbeaten, sorry. So hopefully we keep him going. He's a good horse, but ground is a big key.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Look, he'll handle better ground, but you know, it was the end of the season, and it was it was Cheltenham or Leopardstown or Punchestown, you might have a go, but at this stage of the season we won't chance him less or soft on the ground.
And I'll probably jinx him now, but he is an absolute natural, isn't he?
He looked very good the last day, he was foot perfect, so yeah, hopefully you have to
Dave, stop. You did that to Bob last year. The horse still isn't right.
I'm sorry, Brian. I'm sorry.
Jerry Clom is useless.
Moving on to the Matheson Hurdle, another Grade 1 on Thursday 29th of December. Phildor obviously won't go here now because he's turned into a cracking chaser. Pied Piper, Tihupu and Zana here. So Pied Piper, you swerved Constitution Hill in the Fighting Fifth Hurdle. I suppose just on Constitution Hill, what did you make of him on Saturday?
I was very impressed with him. Look, it'd be great to see him and Honeysuckle going head to head in champion hurdle.
And Pied Piper.
And Pied Piper, and Tihupu and everything else with him. Yeah, no, he looked good. I was very impressed with Constitution Hill. And imagine we'd probably run Pied Piper in this will be his next run. He's 2 from 2 this year. He's going to have to improve again to get the Grade 1 level, but he has got stronger. And Tihupu, we'll see what way the weather is and how the next couple of weeks goes, whether he runs.
When he does get his ground, and we saw it last year, Tihupu is a good horse.
Yeah, we probably made a mistake running him a better ground, you know. He's not the biggest horse, but he's just so effective on soft ground. So we'll run him best or soft ground, to be honest.
And the maiden hurdles. Is there anything kind of that's for the, I suppose, 50 or so people here that you particularly like for any bumpers or maiden hurdles at Leopardstown?
We get next Saturday with the way first, very important race. My uncle's race next Saturday in Perrier, so I can't win it, so I'd follow whatever goat runs in that. We've a lot of nice young horses, David, so probably a month out you're putting me on the spot.
Sorry, you don't have to.
Yeah, David always loves that maiden hurdle bumper one. Look, we've a lot of nice young horses. If I give you one now, it's a bit far out.
Just keep an eye on horses that have ran in the maiden hurdle that potentially could return to bumpers at Leopardstown.
Yeah, we ran 2 horses. Foxfire and horse with Fort in the maiden hurdle yesterday. I'd follow him wherever he goes, yeah.
Yes, go for Ronan.
I was just looking at your stats, Gordon, for the last few Octobers. Your October this year, you're a bit kind of, compared to the years before, you had a lot less winners, but now you've had loads of winners in November compared to years before. I wonder, is that just a statistical quirk, or did you kind of hold back a bit?
We probably, good question actually. To be honest, we went a little bit different this season. We said we just might start them off a little bit slower and not be as hard on them early and let them all come on for the first runs to see if they can last a little bit longer in the season. We've just the last 3 or 4 weeks we've just been running on red for the last couple of seasons, so I just said I'd start them off a little bit slower this year, and that's probably why we were a bit slower starting out this year. So yeah, good question. Should have been doing my job, shouldn't I? Yeah.
Anybody else?
Does that rivalry with Willie drive you on, or is it just kind of a side story? Like, are you really dying to win a trainers championship?
Oh yeah, listen, if you asked me for one Christmas wish, I'd say I'd love to be champion trainer someday, but listen, lads are always like the rivalry. Like, we're very good friends. You know, in Ireland, which we're all very close, most of us anyway. But no, listen, it's great. Yeah, it's good fun.
You have a question there?
Yeah, just any time we come here, Gordon, you always seem to be adding on to facilities, trying to improve things all the time. If you had a sort of a wish list, anything you would like to add to your facilities here at the moment? Or?
Constitution Hill. Look, to be honest, I think we're about 11 years in May we bought this place. It was just a green field, and I'm just trying to improve it the whole time. I'm like a kid when he goes to a tie shop. Every time I go to a yard and see something new or see something someone else has, I want it. So I've put everything I've had into the yard, and I just try and make it better. Yeah, that's all I ever want to do.
Go for it,
Do you have much in the way of kind of therapeutic things for the horses? Is it just a swimming pool? Do you have a spa? Do you have anything like that?
Yeah, we've got vibrating plates, we've got swimming pool, we'd have a back man would be here twice a week. So yeah, we'd have different people coming, physiotherapists coming in at different days, and 2 of the girls are actually doing a course at the moment for an equine course for massaging horses and that. So yeah, we're always doing something. Yeah.
A lot of the media at the moment about the state of UK racing, obviously it's very competitive here and field size and all that. Gordon, do you take much of a kind of a note on that and see opportunity in it, or like, you're worried for the game over there? Or
I think, to be honest, to bring a lot of it, upon ourselves. Like, we have the best racing here because we have to take each other on every day. With the best owners, with the best horses, with the best trainers in Ireland. You know, there's no hiding place in Ireland. If you go to a maiden hurdle in Clonmel on a Thursday, you could be taking on a Grade 1 horse. In England, I think they dilute it too much. There's always, you know, it's good to see Nicky's two horses taking each other on the other day, because that doesn't happen in England too often, because they can duck and dive each other the whole time. And I think that's why we know when we go to the big races that we've got the best horses, because there's no hiding place. You have to take each other on. You know, if you've two different owners in the yard, we have to take them on, and you find the best horses.
So I take it then you think the 4-day festival, keeping the children the 4 days is the right way to go, is it?
Honestly, if it was on 10 days, I'd be there every day. So I'd love it to be on 10 days if I had enough horses to run. But for quality, I suppose you could dilute the race too much, and that would be a worry, Hugh. Yeah. But if it was on 10 days, I'd be there, and so would you, I'm sure.
Great stuff. Anybody else?
Gordon, just on ground conditions, I know I was asking Henry about this last week, and it's probably a global warming thing, the ground's getting quicker and all that. It's probably not more ramifications than racing for that, but do you ever worry about this stage of the season? We saw it in England last week.
Yeah, look, it is. It's definitely the whole climate seems to be changing, and even we were talking the other morning, but I'm not sure what's happening now, but they're all about not changing the clocks, and they're all about not changing. You know, for us that would be a massive worry if leave it the way it is and it doesn't get bright until 8:30 in the morning. You know, you're an hour in dark working. You know what I mean? For me, all this global thing is a worry. Yeah, but that's Jordan and Sam coming along, and the younger lads biting on their tails, and Dennis O'Regan here, Jamie Coddins here a couple of days a week. We've got a great bunch of jockeys. I suppose Jack and Davey are the two senior lads. Look, Jack is making Davey hungry, and Davey is making Jack better. But Jack kind of is. Jack is kind of stepping into my first jockey role now. There's no official first jockey, but Davey's not coming around forever. So with these young horses coming along, I need a bit of consistency, and Jack probably getting to know the young horses going forward. You know, if they go chasing or stay hurdling or whatever. But you know, it's a great position to be in. They're two world-class jockeys, so it's great. Yeah.
What was it about Jack? You were the first one to spot really his talent. I know obviously with what he'd done in pony racing and stuff was phenomenal, but you got him in early. Did you see something very early on in Jack?
Yeah, he probably came here when he was 14 years of age, you know, on his school holidays. But when the first day he came in, like, when he sees a jump, he's just different. He's special. He's a great pair of hands on him. Horses jump great for him. He's not physically very hard on a horse, so he always has a horse coming home. But I think he's just very, very good. He's world class.
You never shut him up either.
He's brilliant. Yeah. He never says nothing. So I like that. I don't like someone saying too much. So I make my own opinion.
And you're always like, you can see with even the horse you have so many exciting young horses, and to have an exciting young jockey like Jack that could be around potentially for 2 more decades. That's all about building for the future as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to think that he's only. I think he's 36 or 7 Grade 1 Winners Road, and he's only 22 or 3 years of age. Robert Power, I don't know if you had your Grade 1 Winner Road in your 22, did you?
No, I hadn't.
No. But you know, for someone to do what he's done as
I put you on the map until I was 25.
Yeah, I know. He put me on the map. He rode me my first Grand National winner, Silver Birch. So he's we go back a long way.
And Sam or Calentra House or anything you want to ask him? Don't be shy.
Many staff here.
Between full and part time, you know, with kids that come in weekends, we're just short of 100.
Right. How do you do your recruitment? I'm
Well,
saying this from my HR department.
Good question.
We actually have a HR person that we have works with us, but everyone obviously we advertise to get interviewed and just go from there. But like, unfortunately, there's a massive shortage of staff in our industry at horses at the moment. We've actually applied for we've 10 Indians. Is that right? What's Indian?
That's fine.
We've just because it's so short of staff. But yeah, look, we're always looking for staff, always hiring.
Is that your biggest headache, staff?
Yeah. Like it's training the horses is easy. I love training horses. If I had enough staff to train 1,000 horses, I love it because I just love doing it. It's not like work. You come out every morning. You're going to have your problems and your disappointments, but it's a great game to be in. But staff is Yeah, it's a headache. Yeah.
What can we do in Gordon to increase that? Is it people being trained up right, or is it just the availability of people?
I think
at the
there's
time?
the availability, but I think we're in. People don't realise we're in danger of working our good staff too hard and pushing them out of the game, because it's so hard to get staff. You know, like for instance, I give all my staff a half day on a Monday, and we rotate who comes back and feeds on a Monday evening, just for a bit of a sweetener. That they don't have to work so hard. It encourage people maybe to come and work here. So we let everyone have a half day on a Monday, and it's just a sign of the times, just trying to keep everyone happy, you know. Yeah.
What's the biggest problem trying to get staff? Like,
They just don't seem to be there. It's too easy for young people now. It's too easy to work Monday to Friday, you know, and have your weekends yourself. You know, you don't realise how hard these people work. It's worse than milking cows. You know, it's 24/7. Yeah.
You have a lot of staff that have been with you since the start,
Yeah.
which is a good testament.
I'm the boss, like, but I love being out in the yard, getting stuck in myself. I'm one of the lads in the yard, and there's no airs or graces. You know, we all get the work done and we get stuck in, so it's great. Yeah.
Would you ever ride one out?
I haven't in a couple of years now. I would, but
Do you miss it? Do you miss riding?
no, really no. I loved it when I was doing it, but I think it's like anything, when you start seeing the danger and start thinking about it, it was time to stop it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's great. You can see the horse are just hacking up now. There we go.